Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new locals feature match. Here we are in round 3 for the week, where we have Kashtira Punk on the left versus Swordsoul on the right. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup here. I tried to get as much non-tier under the camera as I could this week. I think we only had one match with tier, so hope you guys are enjoying that. I'll try to continue that trend for as long as I can. I mean, I won't completely eliminate tier. I'll try to have a tier feature every now and then because, I mean, it is still a deck in the format. Can't completely ignore it. So we're going to see Swordsoul win the die roll, though. And they're going to go ahead and lead with Pot of Desires. And some of you guys might recognize the playmat. This is our, was our go-to Cyber Dragon player. They're still a dedicated Cyber Dragon fan, but recently have decided to step it up to something a little different, and now on the Swordsoul technique. And I gotta say, very, very cool seeing them on this deck. Very, very awesome deck. So we're gonna see him special summon out Vishuda, normal summon at Hara, and then Synchro 8 into Chi-Xiao. And Chi-Xiao effect will activate to go ahead and search a Swordsoul card on summon. It's gonna go ahead and search out Long Yin. Activating Long Yin effect, discarding Blackout to go ahead and summon itself and a token. And then we're going to see him Synchro 10 into either a Baron or a Changing or Sinister Sovereign, but he looks like he'll go for the Baron, and Changing will, or not Changing, Long Yin rather, will burn 12. We'll see him set 2, not 2, but, okay, I was going to say set 3. Game 1, Swordsoul setting 3, very interesting, but we will see him just set 2 and pass turn. And I believe a lot of people have been kind of like picking up Swordsoul a lot lately this format. It's still basically at full power, minus Protos, even though that card was very, very good for the deck. But, you know, I feel like some people tend to think that it has a good tier matchup. I don't know if I'm just hearing things wrong, or if people actually think that, or if it actually does, or people just want to play something different. I have no idea. But we're going to see our Punk player lead here with Emergency Teleport, summoning out the, not Madam Spider, Wagon. That's it. Punk Wagon, paying 6 to go ahead and search the field spell, the Extreme Jam Session. And then we're going to go and see him activate the field spell, and then normal summon the Xiamen. And after the summon is successful, we'll see him use the Yaman to pay 600 to go ahead and search. We'll see Imperm chained in response, and then Wagon's effect will trigger since another Punk was targeted by an opponent's card effect or an attack. They could draw one card. It will chain Chi-Xiao in response to that to go ahead and negate it by banishing Blackout. But since he still did end up paying 600 life points to activate a Punk, he can still draw a card regardless off of the field spell, and that is up to twice per turn. So he'll get the token from the Blackout. We're going to see our Punk player activate Foxy Tune, discarding itself, to attempt to special summon another Punk from the deck by discarding another Punk, or another card rather. We'll see Called by the Grave get chained in response, that pesky one of still lingering around. That'll snipe the Foxy Tune out of the graveyard, negating its effect, but he still has the Ogre Dance available, and that is going to go ahead and search out the Sharakusai. And then we're going to see him activate the other effect of the field spell to banish a Ogre Dance from the graveyard to go ahead and bring out the Sharakusai. And then we're going to see him go ahead and not Synchro, but Fusion, rather. A little IRL misclick there for the Rising Carp. And then we'll see him activate the Rising Carp effect, tributing itself off to go ahead and summon out 2 Punks from the deck. I believe except one that's level 8. I don't think you can summon a level 8 off of that. And he'll bring out Deer Note and Madam Spider. Madam Spider effect will pay 600 here to search a Punk trap. And this should trigger the Punk field spell to draw again, since he did pay 600. And the trap that he added was the Nashiwari Surprise. Target a set card your opponent controls, or if you control a Punk, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls instead. Destroy it. And then we're going to see him Synchro 8 into the Dragon Drive. We'll go ahead and get to use the effective Deer Note to bring back the Sharakusai, and the effective Dragon Drive to go ahead and pay 600 to go ahead and add a level 3 Psychic from the deck to the hand, and he's going to be able to search out Ghost Ogre here, which is not normally a great hand trap when you think about the tier matchup, but it's pretty good against Flandres and very good. It's always been, you know, decent against the Sprite deck, and will be pretty damn good against the Kashtira stuff as well. You know, being a searchable interruption, especially for a deck like this. We're going to see him synchro for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Amazing Punk, where he will not use the effect on summon to bounce, but he will use the secondary effect to revive the Dragon Drive, and he'll just go into the battle phase, clear everything, set 2 cards, and pass. And we'll see if our Swordsoul player can make a comeback here. The Sharakusai can tag into a synchro on the opponent's turn 2, which is very nice, and pair that with the draw 1 from the field spell. So it looks like he'll go ahead and mid defeat there, and we are on to game 2. Guys, don't forget to check out Imperium Duelist. Reminder, they do sell amazing TCG products and accessories, playmats, deck boxes, binders, and more. Check them out at the link below, and don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKillers10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the process. So here in game 2, we're going to see Swordsoul go first. Normal summoning Ecclesia. Always a you know, pretty rough start. Anytime you have to start Ecclesia as your normal summon, especially going first, feels bad. He'll bring out Moye. Moye effect will activate, and in response, chaining Infinite Impermanence. Yeah, the pretty much the bane of Swordsoul's entire existence. No Heavenly Dragon Circle to back them up there. No Tenyu plays to back them up either. Just a very unfortunate opening. But they do have Anti-Spell. Another Swordsoul classic. And we're going to see some Kashtira stuff now finally for our Punk Kashtira player. I did say it was a Punk Kashtira deck. And here is Kashtira Unicorn getting things started here. Special summoning itself to the board while they control no monsters. Then using its on-field effect to go ahead and add a Kashtira spell. So go ahead and search out the Kashtira Birth. They also have E-Telly, which they could have chained in response to the anti-spell. But then at that point, they would not be able to get the Unicorn out onto the field. And then we'll just see him go into the battle phase and probably valuing the Unicorn here a bit more than what if they could summon off the E-Telly. Going into battle phase, attack over the Moye. That will trigger the Unicorn effect to go ahead and allow him to look at his opponent's extra deck and banish one monster from it face down. He's going to go ahead and get rid of the Baron de Fleur, a staple of the Swordsoul extra deck, if you will. Then we'll see him go main phase 2. Normal summon Zeaman. Zeaman is going to go ahead and pay 6 to go ahead and search out an Ogre Dance. An Ogre Dance here can go ahead and search out another Punk from the deck. We're going to see him Synchro 10. The deck did excel at Synchro 8 and 11, but thanks to the Kashtira stuff now, with a free level 7 body, we can now easily access level 10 Synchro. So Baron de Fleur hitting the board now, being able to apply a lot more pressure and clear the anti-spell to help open up the rest of the cards in the hand. One of them being E-Telly. You can see Dark Rulers and Cosmic Cyclones in there as well. We can only assume post side. E-Telly is going to go ahead and bring out Wagon. Wagon will pay 600 to go ahead and search out the Extreme Jam Session, where they'll activate the Jam Session. And they still have not used Madam Spider yet, so that could be another opportunity for them to pay 6. Same thing with the Dragon Drive. So we're going to see Foxy Tune pitching another copy of itself to go ahead and summon out a Deer Note. And this is where we'll probably see him synchro into the Dragon Drive. Searching Ghost Ogre for their next turn seems really, really strong here. So Chainlink 1 Dragon Drive, Chainlink 2 Deer Note, bringing back the Wagon, paying 6 to go ahead and search a level 3 Psychic. That is going to go ahead and add a Sharakusai, and then they'll get to draw as a result of the field spell. And now they're going to use the other effect of the field spell, which is oh so clutch, getting extra extenders out of the hand and onto the field. Getting the Sharakusai on field, activating Birth now. Birth will bring back the Unicorn, and then synchro into another level 10, going to be Changing Swordsoul Supreme Sovereign. And we're just going to see him pass there. So putting up Baron, Supreme Sovereign, the Dragon Drive, and the Sharakusai, which can tag into Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is going to be kind of insane for removal, because they do have a lot of level 3 Psychic targets in the graveyard. The Ghost Ogre searched. A lot of pressure to be applied here. We're going to see Cosmic chained in response to the summon of the Vishuda, and hoping to probably trigger the Changing in some way, getting that Vishuda out of the grave. It will force a blackout, though, and we'll see what he wants to destroy with a blackout if he lets him get that far. But the blackout will ultimately get negated by the Baron on the left side of the screen there. Now, I think blackout has to, or no, blackout doesn't. For some reason, I think blackout banish from the grave is cost, but it just targets. It's been such a long time since I played the deck, so we will see him link the Vishuda successfully into a monk. But now we're going to see him pay 6 for the Shirakusai, a quick synchro into Yu-Gi-Oh! Amazing Punk Dragon. And basically just, once it's summoned, it can just quick effect bounce cards the opponent controls up to the number of level 3 psychics in the grave with different names. And it's going to go ahead and bounce back the set, bounce back the monk. It doesn't shuffle. That'd be really broken, but, you know, just basically like a quick effect Mistworm here. Or in archetype Mistworm. Also coming out, I think, at 3,300. And you also have to worry about the Changing too. Or no, that's 3,000 attack. But now, a triple tactics talent is made live. So he's going to go ahead and steal the Changing from the opponent's field. Normal summon Taya. Banishing Blackout. This Taya is about to put in a lot of work. So Taya banishing the Blackout will generate a token. And Blackout itself being banished will generate another token. And now, since Changing, his opponent's Changing has not activated, he could have activated his own, well, his opponent's Changing on his side of the field, I think. But we won't see him do that. We're just going to see him Synchro Boxia and realize that, you know, after the spin 2 and that Moe that's still in the graveyard, it's probably just going to be game from there. Once that Swordsoul engine gets going, Taya being such a powerful card. So we're just into a game 3. Reminder, guys, check out my TCG player affiliate link down in the description below. Anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase goes back in the channel and always helps out a ton. How big or small your usage of the link is, always greatly appreciated. So in game 3, we're going to see our Punk Kashtira player. I got to say, I like this deck more, you know, the more I watch it play. So we're going to see him summon out Unicorn. And Unicorn will activate its effect, searching out Birth. And now we're going to see him activate the Foxy Tune. That will resolve, and he will choose to discard an Imperm here. So making a little trade-off there of an extender for an interruption. Never feels like a great trade-off sometimes. Anytime you have to, like, discard a hand trap for a combo piece, always feels kind of rough. But we'll see what Punk he's going to go ahead and summon. It's going to be Xiamen. Xiamen will pay 6, and it will successfully resolve here, dropping him down to 7,400. Going to go ahead and search out a copy of Deer Note. So might have another name in hand to reveal, to summon. So yep, it will reveal the Madam Spider and the Deer Note. Deer Note will summon itself and discard the Madam Spider. And then we're going to see him Synchro 8 here into Dragon Drive. Chainlink 1 will be the Dragon Drive. Chainlink 2, Deer Note. And I think using Chainlink 3 of Xiamen, I know Xiamen has a secret effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, it can target one Punk monster control. It gains 600 attack. So I believe he's using that effect of Xiamen there to target the Dragon Drive to boost his attack up permanently by 600. And the Deer Note will bring back the Madam Spider, and that's going to go grab the Nashiwari Surprise. So basically a pop of any face-up card or any set card. If he doesn't control a Punk, any face-up card, if they do control a Punk monster. Then we're going to see him Synchro 11 for Yu-Gi-Oh! And then activate its secondary effect to bring back Madam Spider. And that'll give him a level 3 tuner to go ahead and Synchro into Baron. They still have Birth left in hand, and that'll allow him to bring back the Unicorn. Basically 2 interruptions, all of just 1 card. Birth is such an incredible card. You know, the graveyard interruption is there so long as the Unicorn sticks to the board. And then you also have the interruption that is just Unicorn itself that you just basically just get to bring back for free. on top of the other set card, which we know to be Nashiwari Surprise. We're going to see our Swordsoul player here lead with Emergence. And we'll see what they opt to go ahead and pull from the deck here. Either Moyi or a Longyun. So they will go for the Moye. Now, Tennies are really the most enticing part about Swordsoul, in my opinion. The Swordsoul cards themselves are very, very nice. And also, there was this new card I remember seeing when I was on a road trip the other day. It was like 100 Apple Dragon or something. I'm going a little off topic, but I don't know if any of you guys have seen this card. It's like 100 Apple Dragon. It seems like a really crazy Swordsoul support. Ringo Worm, the 100 Apple Dragon. That's the card. Look it up. That card is going to be insane for Swordsoul, unless I read it incorrectly. But yeah. Back to the match here. We're going to see him drop a Lava Golem. That's kind of out of nowhere. Clearing the Unicorn and the Baron, leaving them with just the trap card. And that's pretty much it. The Yukio really isn't going to be too much of an issue here for our Swordsoul player. I was going to say, they really haven't seen too much of the Tennies this game, especially when it comes to them going second here. But now looks like they've finally seen a little bit of that engine here. Vishuda being one of the best ones to see going second. Reminds me of back when I was playing this deck, constantly, toiling over the Tenny ratio and trying to perfect it as best I could amongst my friends as well. We'll see the Vishuda send back the set card, the last remaining interruption on their field, and then they'll activate Longyun, discarding a Moye. And they're going to go ahead and Synchro 10. And we'll see what they end up going for here. Going to be for Baron of Floor. Now, yeah, I was going to say they could have gotten that opportunity to banish the Baron from the extra deck with the Unicorn, but the Lava Golem did deny him of that. It looks like 2 spell cards left in hand. One of them being Desires is a pretty good one. So Desires will resolve, banishing 10. And of course, they could not normal summon that Moyi they discarded because of the Lava Golem restriction. They'll draw into Imperm and Taya. So interruption plus really, really good follow-up next turn. Especially with there being a Longyun and a Moyi in the grave. So deciding now what to do next. They're going to use the Baron to try to pop the Birth. That's going to force the Ghost Ogre. They'll negate the Ghost Ogre. Baron will get destroyed, or Birth will get destroyed. Battle phase, attack over the Yukio, which I believe only has 2,800 defense. Leaving them with just the Lava Golem. Setting an Imperm. And one other card, which I think might be a bluff, Emergence. We'll just see him pass turn there. They've cut off pretty much a lot of, if not all of the follow-up they had, in the form of the Birth and the Yukio. Being reoccurring advantage. Standby phase will roll around. They'll take the 1,000 damage from the Lava Golem. Battle phase, attacking over the Unicorn, or not the Unicorn, sorry. Attacking over the Monk with the Lava Golem. Basically denying them Blackout. And then we're going to see him normal summon the Xiamen, pay 6. That'll get impermed, as you would expect. And then Synchro 11, since Lava Golem is an 8. And they will use Yukio's effect. They do have plenty of level 3 psychics in the grave. They'll bounce back the Baron, at least attempt to, and bounce back the set. So now we get to see what that other set was. Looks like it was a bluff. And Baron will get bounced back and attack for, well, they already used their battle phase, so they can't swing in there for 3,000, but they'll pass turn. But now our Swordsoul player does have a lot of the follow-up that they need to be able to probably close out the game here. We did see the Taya in hand, and Taya is just the absolute king of follow-up in this deck when it comes to pushing through boards, because it's simply a different attribute, which makes Boxia, an already great form of removal, even stronger. And they have Adara to get back the Vishuda. So Adara will get linked into Monk. Adara will add back the Monk, or add back the Vishuda rather. Then it'll activate Vishuda in hand, banishing it to bounce back the set. And they will just go ahead and mid defeat there Not really much they can do to stop the onslaught of Tenyi plays coming their way. So we will see Swordsoul come back there, take it 2-1, beating the Punk Kashtira deck. And last but not least, a big shout out goes to our Divine level channel members who currently are Ponystar, Cadillacs84, HD8 Cyber, and Misfit. Thank you guys so much as always for your extremely kind and very, very generous support of this channel.